This one habit has changed the trajectory of my life entirely. What it do, family? It's Sagi back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about writing your 5-year goal in the present moment. Jim Rohn has talked about this. Bob Proctor has talked about this. Tony Robbins has talked about it, and that's actually who I've gotten this from. In Unleash the Power Within, he talks about writing your 5-year goals as if they're in the present moment. So every Sunday, what I would do for maybe the past year and a half, year now, I'll go to the coffee shop, lay down my journal, bring a book that I'm reading at the moment, kind of get my mind right, get in the present moment, bring some Zins as well, just some nicotine to laser my focus a little bit. And I would journal. First, I would journal my gratitude. I would thank God for 3 things that I'm grateful for, maybe 5 things that happened throughout the week. And then I'd start writing in the present moment. And I noticed the more I did it, the more I would have clarity in exactly what I wanted and the reasoning behind why I wanted it. I want financial freedom. How much financial freedom do I want? I want a house on the beach. Where in the beach? Do I want it located on the sand? I want this specific car. Do I want this to impress other people, or do I want it for myself? For what reasons do I want certain things? I want a job where I travel and uplift others. Why do I want that job? It helped me really dive into the why behind everything that I wanted to do. One, it gave me a sense of clarity of where I wanted to go. In the book, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, there's a saying, the idle mind is where the devil lies. And when you don't have a purpose, when you don't have a mission, and you don't have a connection to some sort of higher power or higher purpose, you tend to drift. And in the book, a drifter is somebody who isn't conscious in the moment and is always letting their subconscious go for the ride. They're very go with the flow in the sense of other people get to dictate where they end up in life. Maybe their parents will have a set career for them. Maybe they'll go to a different college because somebody else wants them to go to a different college. Maybe they'll marry an individual that somebody else wants them to marry. None of their decisions will be their own. And then 30 years down the line, they'll hate the life that they're living because they had no clear purpose of where they wanted to go and why they wanted to get there. Or when they do get there, because they had some inkling of where they wanted to go, it was just to impress others. So now where they are, they hate themselves in there. I've noticed this has given me so much more clarity, and I found myself a lot more. Before, I used to be very dependent on others to do certain things. Oh, let's make music. Well, I got to do this with my friend, because if my friend's not there, I'm not going to have the confidence to do it myself. So if my friend's not going to do it, I won't do it either. Or let me start this personal brand. What will people think? You know what? I'm going to just put my face out there. I have this connection to God now, and I have this connection with my purpose to where that's above everything. And in following that, I feel like God has unlocked a lot of opportunities for me. I'm not religious, but I have so much faith in God. I think I've kind of created my own religion as I move forward. Week after week after week, I've been writing this 5-year goal. And week after week after week, I've been refining it to exactly the person I want to be. The details I want in my house, the details I want in my car, the details I want in the way I feel, the details in my environment. I'm very, very, very precise on where I want to go and how I want to get there. I want to travel around the world, host speeches and seminars, uplifting others with absolute wisdom. In my opinion, the Word of God. Now, it's not the Word of God from the Bible. It's not the Word of God from any religious text, but it's the Word of God of absolute truth, what I found to be absolute truth that aligns with my morals and my principles. And I want to share it with you guys. If you're able to absorb anything and learn anything from it, then I've succeeded. But I want to help as many people as possible with being able to help myself. I used to be very shy. I used to have zero faith in myself. I used to think I was ugly. I used to think I wouldn't be anything in life because I didn't know where I wanted to go. I used to think I just want a happy life, but I didn't even know what a happy life was. Sitting down and writing my 5-year goals has helped me exactly define what a happy life is. Spiritually, how I want to be filled. Financially, how much is enough to support the lifestyle that I want to live. Physically, how I want to look and how I need to get there. This is the way I do it. My 5-year goal, I write it as if I'm in the present moment. And every sentence I write, I imagine myself there. The more you do it, the more you could see the vivid detail. The more you could smell the certain smells that are coming in. For instance, I want a beach house in Mission Beach. I imagine myself waking up in Mission Beach on my Alaskan king-size bed, rolling out of the bed, smelling eucalyptus from the diffuser in my house, and the ocean breeze calling me from the balcony of the 3rd story in which I live. I check my bank account, and there's a number that fulfills me. I plan my day. I talk about my week beforehand. Oh, this week was beautiful. I got to meet these certain amazing individuals. I got to work with these individuals that I've idolized. Not necessarily idolized, but respected and looked up to for their artistic abilities or the way that they speak and the way that they influence others in the right direction. I've gotten to meet these people. God, I'm grateful. I've gotten to do these certain things. I've gotten to travel around Canada and host my speeches and seminars. God, I'm grateful. I've gotten the chance to host concerts in front of millions of people. God, I'm grateful. This week, I'm going to this certain area for a vacation. God, I'm grateful. I would write it down vividly. Define the week in the past, what I'm looking forward to in the future, how I'm going to spend the rest of my day, 5 years from today. And I noticed that God has been giving me opportunities and unlocking more and more things that's going to lead me down that path. And I could clearly see what's not going to lead me down that path. Because when I write this and then I do something that's against my purpose, automatically I feel drained. I feel like I'm not moving towards my mission. Now I get to work a job where I'm extremely fulfilled. I'm going to be a personal training manager at Crunch, where I'm very much into fitness. I very much want to help uplift others. I feel like God gave me that opportunity. The mentors that I've ran into working for this certain company, I feel like they've helped me develop within myself. They've helped me develop my leadership abilities, sending me certain books. Extreme Ownership by Jocko Wilkins. Developing the Leader Within. This was Scott who sent me this. Shout out Scott also. Awesome dude. He's the vice president of our company. But in this, I feel I know the right things to do to get me where I want to go. Another thing I want to do is develop a personal brand. I see Alex Hormozy do these things. I listen to Jim Rohn. He's done these things. I listen to Tony Robbins. He's done these things. And that's where I want to go. Where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself 5 years from today? Do you know where you want to go? Maybe you're just a little bit happier. But what's going to make you happier? Maybe you're a little bit more fit. What's going to make you more fit? Maybe you're in a certain living situation that's comfortable to you. What's that living situation? These are questions to ask yourself for your 5-year goals, to start bringing them to fruition. Because if you're not thinking about it, if you don't even know where you want to go, you don't know where you're going to end up. But if you know where your destination is and consistently keep coming back to where your destination, where you want it to be, you're going to keep following that path to that destination. I can't stress enough how much this has changed my life. And I really hope, even if one of you do it, it could change your life too. That's it for today. I love y'all. Have a good one.